My personal samples that I have.
And the motor and the wheels are pneumatic too, right?
No. Just omnidirectional servo.
Oh, okay.
Servos.
I thought you were saying everything.
Yeah, some very good servo drives on.
Do you know the brands that they drive?
No, they made custom.
Okay.
The original camera was on a plate that was made. What they do, they changed the challenge now, and they'll do something like this. They'll put a bunch of them just down the floor, and the robot goes between them. But here's the real kicker. Those robots there, they only have ultrasonic rangers. What happens when you hit a cone? It reflects right off, off it. It doesn't work at all. So students, some of them figured out that you just lay it down and it would work. That was the only way some of them got away with it.
So those are the only kind of sensors on that, or ultrasonic?
Well, for ranging, for collision, or obstacle avoidance, yeah, that's all they got. It's just let's see what they got. Like 5.
Are there any sensors on the bottom for edge detection or?
No, these are cheapies.
Cheap as in university price?
In other words, ones that if the students wreck them, do whatever, it's not going to cost a lot. Those big guys right there, those are the ones where they're just starting to use it. And love them or hate them, they do have a lot of stuff for me. That's a lot of money there. Not sure I've
How much is it? $30.
I don't know what the add-ons go for. When they were purchased, small red ones there, and 2 of these are $56.
They have the radar, the laser.
That one's got the laser scan on it, stereo vision.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like $30.
These look a lot like the robots that they use in warehouses where they go through and they lift it up. Is that the same?
Some of the programs I do, that particularly for eye cameras, I don't hook up necessarily. So like when I do this lathe, well, what I do is I actually just grab the door and close it. There's a foot pedal here that releases the part, I can trigger it with wire. But I don't. I just have the robot actually come down here and hit the foot pedal. People laugh. They laugh their ass. And when it's time to start the program, I have it actually come in here and hit start.
More dramatic. It's far more dramatic. People know what's going on. Yeah.
Precisely. So it's like, hey, the students and other techs, they make efficient stuff. I'm the one, I usually make the eye candy things. I've got some of that.
You make the sales stuff.
Well, the vice president. Ordinarily, I would be automated development system. What we use this particular setup for is, if you'll notice that there's multiple modules that kind of just attach onto the side there. Each one of the modules has a PLC on it. So we assign the class, we say, okay, person number 1, you're here, you have to do your job. No, but what's interesting about it is not only do they have to do their job manufacturing wise, they have to communicate to the other units. So they actually have to come up with a protocol and say, here's what this means, here's how I'm going to send it to you, blah, blah. Now, I was going to run it 100% free, but the ball slide on this handler was exploded. hard for them, but that's one of those things where if there's somebody who's interested in cranking it up in the house, discount. But not all you guys are interested in PLCs. But suffice it to say, circuit conveyor, and they even have tracking with numbers so that you know exactly what's on which pallets. Vision processing if you want it. We even have a small robot out here that manufactures this thing, this whole thing. Starts out with just this plastic cup, a spring, like plunger thing, and a cap. So by the time it gets into my warehouse over there, it's fully assembled and working. It's a little spring damper. That's all it is, just a little O-ring in there.
It's a widget.
That's it's a widget, but you just simply load up the feeders and it'll actually fill that warehouse up several times. It even drills holes in things, it actually punches, holes in the plastic, it's